Hello, and welcome to 5 for Friday for this Friday, December 9th. Good news for you today, no more cryptocurrency gossip. This episode of 5 for Friday is crypto-free, although not completely acronym-free. I do hope that as you listen to these news stories, you're not just doing it for the sheer entertainment value, although who could blame you, but also to keep you informed on what's going on in the world around you and your business. Are you ready for the changes in the world around us, and how might they impact your business? And where might these signals of change indicate an opportunity for business growth for you? So think strategically as you listen. And here we go with our 5 topics for this Friday. We'll start with topic number 1, artificial intelligence. I'd be shocked if you didn't hear about the big ChatGPT AI chatbot that was all over the news this week. Many people are totally wowed with its human-like capabilities. But beware that just because it sounds good in the text shared by the chatbot, it doesn't mean that it's actually correct. This baby chatbot still has lots to learn. AI is also being used in other ways in this week's news, and this includes a fun application using AI to turn your selfies into cool comic versions of yourself, and some more practical ones, like helping mental health providers navigate the complexities of insurance billing, and synthesizing proteins to make more personalized and effective prescription drugs. Oh, and heads up that Amazon is likely replacing their recruiters with AI that will pick the best job applicants. What will AI do to make your business run more smoothly? It's actually time to start thinking about that. All right, moving onward to story number 2, sustainability. Of course, this topic is always in the news, but there were some interesting topics this week. First, France is planning to drop short in-country flights and push travelers to use the train, which is much more eco-friendly. No worries that the US will follow suit. We have a horrible train system. Apologies to any of my Amtrak fans there. All right, also in the news, many startups are getting recognition and funding for eco-friendly products, including biodegradable packaging, greenhouse boxes, and plastic made out of seaweed. Cool stuff. Good thing startups are on the job because the big companies are apparently all talk when it comes to lowering their plastic pollution. And we won't get very far at all until the US and China figure out how to cooperate in lowering carbon emissions. So even though small businesses like yours are clearly not the main problem, it probably pays to look into your eco-friendly options for your business that you can then promote. Not only are you helping the environment, but you might also attract new customers or new employees with that focus. All right, moving on to story number 3, conferences. Have you been back to a conference since the pandemic? Apparently, the latest big company thing is getting all your remote employees to attend a conference together as a way of team bonding. Some conferences are offering fun experiences as an add-on, but be careful with your swag. It is not in to provide cheap plastic stuff that people just throw away. Try to be more thoughtful about what you give away and to whom. And moving on to story number 4, food and beverage trends to be aware of. First off, many restaurants have made their pandemic pivot permanent. Say that 3 times fast. We have discussed some of these in past 5 for Friday, but this week's news includes McDonald's testing a new restaurant that really just uses an app for online ordering paired with a drive-up restaurant with no inside seating. Plus, the fancy big city restaurants are relocating to the suburbs now that more people are working from home and not as likely to be in the city to eat any longer. In other food and beverage news, PepsiCo is laying off hundreds of workers somewhat preemptively in anticipation of a downturn. But what isn't seeing a downturn is the sale of pretzels. Apparently, we have all decided that they are our new favorite snack and sales are going gangbusters. And this last story, food story, might fit better under a copyright topic, but apparently cookie chain Crumble Cookies is suing its rival Dirty Dough, claiming that their recipes and even the logo have been stolen. Dirty Dough's response? They think they own the cookie with sprinkles? I'm sure there's more to crumb with that story. All right, now let's move on to our final story, story number 5, where we talk about Gen Z, our youngest working kids in their teens and early 20s now. This generation is expected to have a big influence on the working world as they come into their own. This includes creating a Gen Z-friendly workplace with mental health as a priority, along with greater flexibility and autonomy at work. And, God forbid, do not, under any circumstance, make them make a phone call. That is the worst. For those with younger Gen Z kids, Bear in mind that right now, Robux are more popular than actual cash, so that kids can buy virtual items, including designer clothing, in the ever-popular Roblox game. I hope you're ready. Gen Z is in the workforce. Finally, still looking at our weekly recession yes or no, this week I saw 3 positive stories, including is Main Street America even in a recession? Things are going well. And 4 negative stories, but 1 negative story was just about China, and 1 was just about tech firms, so maybe just 2 negative stories? And 1 quick update from last week. You'll be glad to hear that lawmakers in San Francisco have decided that the killer robots are now not allowed to use deadly force. I guess they will just be menacing robots instead. 1 more bonus story, I'm playing fair with tech firms at the Pentagon in the newsletter, so check that out if you subscribe. And that's it for today. Happy Friday, and I'll see you next week.